You do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this action shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please be seated. Please state your name and spell your first and last name for the record.
Sure, I'm Michael Dorsey, and it's Michael-Dorsey.
Thank you, sir. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Duane, you may proceed.
Mr. Dorsey, how would you describe your profession?
I'm a film producer and documentary producer and filmmaker.
How long have you been doing that?
About 25 years.
And do you focus on a particular type of documentary?
My expertise is probably true crime more than anything else, but I've done all different subject matters.
I'm going to direct your attention to sometime around 2011. Do you decide to make a documentary about the Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls murders?
It was late 2012. Greg Kading's murder rap book had been out for about a year. And at the time, I would always have some passion documentary project going on the side. And I just finished the most recent one, and I was looking for a new project. And I came across a couple of articles about Greg Kading's murder rap book. And they had some quotes from Keffe's 2008 proffer in them. And it just sounded legit to me. I don't cater to conspiracy theories, but it sounded very well backed up, and it sounded like the real deal. So I just reached out to Greg Kading and asked if he was interested in making a documentary, and he said yeah, and we went from there.
So you reached out to Kading and asked him if he wanted to do the documentary. He said yes.
Correct.
Describe your process. Well, do you have to do research to do a documentary like this?
Yes, it took me over 2 years to make the film, in large part because of all the extra research that I did. I needed to interview Greg Kading for it. He was kind of the main person walking us through the story. But I also wanted to make sure that what he was telling me was legitimate, and also needed to make sure that I covered the whole story, so I understand it, and it's not just him, deciding what we're going to cover. As part of that, he turned over to me digital copies of the entire LAPD case file for the Biggie Smalls and Tupac cases, and gave me unfettered access to those files so I could check basically on my own what he was telling me.
You also, well, maybe you didn't. Did you check into, Greg Kading's wasn't the first book ever written about this.
Sure.
Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah. I also read Kathy Scott's The Killing of Tupac Shakur, which was the first kind of definitive book on the murders. And then lots of articles on it, of course, because there's been tons of coverage over the years.
And as you were kind of researching all of this this information, what is your ultimate goal in creating a documentary?
Well, there's like the kind of philosophical aspect of it, which is my goal is to get at the truth. But also my goal is to tell the public a good story, something that I think is of the public interest that they should know. And in this case, it seemed like they had solved this murder, and yet the world was carrying on like it was still unsolved and like we still didn't know what happened. And it was like, it sounds like we do know what happened. And so that was my goal, was to put that out there.
Did you have any concerns about accusing anybody of murder?
Absolutely. I had concerns for my own safety, accusing a gang member from a violent street gang of committing a murder, and then also just my own financial concerns, since Puffy was going to be implicated in it as well. Taking on someone who was at the time heading towards becoming a billionaire, and who at that time did not have the public backlash that he's faced the last few years. He still had a pretty good, clean image at the time, so I was concerned about both.
And based upon that, do you eventually make a documentary?
I do, yes.
Does anybody sue you?
I was not sued, no. I was threatened a couple of times.
Who threatened you?
Universal Music sent me a note because we used Tupac's Hit 'Em Up, his diss track against Biggie and Puffy. In the film, we did it using what's called fair use law, which means you don't have to pay for it because it's a documentary. It was just like a cursory check-in from a lawyer at Universal Music, making sure we had permission, and our law firm had cleared it for us, so that was no problem. And then supposedly Puffy's attorney, Weitzman, I can't remember his last name, but he was a high-powered A-list attorney. He sent a note to Apple TV over it because that was one of our distribution companies, and basically saying that the film was defamatory towards his client Puffy Combs, and that they had like 5 business days to pull it down. And Apple, they're indemnified, so they don't care. It's up to us. It's up to me as the producer if I want to pull it down or not, because I'm the one that's going to get sued, not them. And we said, no, we're leaving it up. And that was the last we ever heard of it.
So you never wound up getting sued by Puffy?
You were never sued by Puffy, no.
Now I want to sort of fast forward past this, past 2012. Does there come a point in time when you see something that causes you to want to get involved with Mario Diaz?
Yes. I can't remember the exact date, but it was probably early 2017 would be my guess. Earlier in 2017. I was actually in Tulsa, Oklahoma for a film screening of one of my films, and I was out at dinner, and I think someone sent me a link to this YouTube video, and it was Keffe D in a studio. It's a short video. It's just him saying he's going public. He wants the world to know he was there for Tupac's murder. He says he has cancer. He wants the truth to come out. And I couldn't believe it. I was at a restaurant. I went outside and started calling people. And I talked to, I think, Greg Kading and some others. And we just thought, Keffe has to know he can't go public with this information because it can be used against him. But it sounded like he was going to go and talk, publicly about this murder and repeat possibly what he had said in his proffer in 2008. So we went from there, and then that's when I decided, I wanted to get involved with it.
And ultimately, are you retained as a subject matter expert for the production done that's now known as Death Row Chronicles by E1 Entertainment?
Yes, I was a consultant, technical consultant, and I was an on-camera expert as well. So they interviewed me.
I'm going to fast forward a little bit and come back to that. Subsequent to your involvement in Death Row Chronicles, have you continued to sort of follow these murders, investigations, the case, everything else?
Absolutely. 2017, when he recorded the interview for Death Row Chronicles in July of 2017, we were actually in production on Unsolved at Universal, which was a scripted series based on the murder rap story. So that was happening concurrently, and then he kept going public. He kind of laid low, I think, for a year and a half or so, and then this book that he had talked about during his BET interview, all of a sudden he's promoting it and saying it's about to come out, and then we find out he's going on Vlad TV and doing another interview. So he just kept, from then on, for years then, he just kept doing more and more interviews. So I stayed engaged with it, and I also was conducting my own interviews, following up with new people. James McDonald, Mob James, who I believe testified, I conducted his first ever public interview back in 2017. We convinced him to go public and tell his story. Since then, I talked to multiple gang members, gang detectives from Compton, detectives out of the LAPD, anybody who might have information on either Biggie's case or Tupac's.
In particular, back in 2012, when you kind of reviewed the information that was available, was there any information from Trayvon Lane or Roger Williams within kind of the case file as of statements that they made about what happened that night?
In the case files, were there statements from them?
Yeah.
Not really, no, because Trayvon, they don't cooperate with the police. There was an FI card from Buntree, Alton McDonald, who's James McDonald's brother, that they had talked to him at the scene and he refused to cooperate, but they noticed that there was a bullet hole in his car. And then subsequently, I've interviewed Williams, Neckbone. I interviewed him a few months ago, and I've had private conversations with Trayvon Lane.
In particular, Buntree is deceased, and
Yes.
was deceased even
Yes.
before you became involved in the project, on any project.
Correct. He was murdered like 20-some years ago.
During the course of the interview with Mr. Roger Williams, a.k.a. Neckbone, do you provide some video that was taken of Mr. Shakur and Shug as they're leaving the Tyson.
Yes, I showed him the MGM video of Orlando Anderson getting beat down. Neckbone was one of the men who participated in that beating, and then I showed them the footage of them then fleeing the casino with Tupac in the lead with his bodyguard Frank Alexander and Shug, and there's a moment where Neckbone kind of reaches out and kind of punches Trayvon kind of like we got him kind of a thing. And he confirmed for me in my interview that that's what it was. That's what he was doing. And he also told Trayvon.
Let me. I was like.
It is. Well, I'll sustain and you'll rephrase.
Yeah.
So stricken.
As you see, both Neckbone and Trayvon Lane running through on the video, you can see Neckbone kind of either dap or punch Trayvon.
Exactly.
And at that point, Trayvon Lane removes the black hat he's wearing.
His fedora that he had on, yes.
I was actually talking about somebody else's video. Was there some high-quality video of Tupac and Shug leaving the...
Yes, when they first leave the arena, there's some footage. I think it was actually shot by BET. A BET photographer was there and shot, and it's footage of them coming out of the arena, and Tupac is in his gold shirt, and he's all hyped up because he just watched his friend Mike Tyson knock somebody out, and he's playing to the camera, and he says something about, if you go to jail, you come out and you win, or something like that, because Tyson had also gone to prison, and Tupac had as well, so you could tell he was just super amped up.
And then last night we watched that portion of that video out of your Neckbone interview.
Right.
And in that one, Neckbone is the person speaking while that video is playing.
Yes.
Right. Judge, I have marked in my hand the clip of just that Tupac and Shug at the MGM coming out of the fight. It has the audio removed.
Okay.
It's just the video portion of that I'd offer it at this time.
Any objection?
No objection.
Okay, you may play it. Or, sorry, it's admitted, you may publish.
Thank you.
Did you give him
154?
154?
Into my exhibits, they disappeared.
Both Shug and Mr. Shakur are both readily identifiable from this video, correct?
Right, yes.
And this is the shirt that, the clothing that both of them are wearing as they come out of the arena.
Yes, and there's photos of them beforehand in the casino in the same outfits.
May I approach, Judge?
You may.
Showing you has been marked as State's Proposed Exhibit number 149. Have you ever seen the photograph of these men sitting on the curb sometime after the homicide occurred?
Yes, I've seen this.
And do you recognize the people that are in those photos?
I recognize them more because I've been told who they are, although Trayvon Lane is very easily recognizable because I know that that's the outfit that he was wearing that night.
Okay.
Mr. Cole, can you take down the listing of what's on that?
Oh, sorry.
You may proceed.
Thank you. So that's Trayvon Lane.
Mm-hmm.
We've previously heard testimony that's Idi Amin and Leonard Jefferson.
Correct.
Have you ever spoke to Kevin Woods?
I've never talked to Kevin Woods.
And do you even know who Castro is?
Yes, another member of the Outlaws.
Okay.
Yes.
Were Kevin Woods, Castro, and Idi Amin all members of the Outlaws?
No, Kevin Woods, I believe, was one of the Pyrus,
Pyrus?
also known as KW.
So just Castro and Idi Amin are...
As far as, yes.
Okay. You got a little bit ahead of me, but during your research into this case, you had access to the Biggie Smalls file. Alton McDonald is actually known as Buntree, correct?
Yes.
And you mentioned this, there was a record of the fact that he was field interviewed by the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department in the night of the homicide on Flamingo.
Yes.
And at that time he was driving a black 96 Toyota Supra.
Yes.
And it had a bullet hole in it.
Yes.
Did it say where the bullet hole was?
No, it just said vehicle took bullet impact.
And that he was uncooperative.
And that he didn't want to cooperate, of course, yes.
Now, you've also interviewed Reggie Williams, is that correct? Or Reggie Wright Jr.
Reggie Wright Jr., yes. I interviewed him for a murder rap, over a decade ago when we were making that movie.
I'll leave that alone. I just want to get a few other pictures into evidence with you. So, during the course of the 2008 proffer, there's a mention of greenblatts.
Yes.
And sometimes it sounds like greenbacks.
Yes.
Were you able to eventually identify that location?
Yes, it's very obvious. It's a New York deli. It's been there since the 20s. It's very famous. It's on Sunset. It matched the description. And also the way Keffe described the upstairs and downstairs and where the liquor area was, it was clear that he was talking about Greenblatt's.
Showing you is marked as State's Proposed Exhibit number 152. Do you recognize that?
Yes, this is the front of Greenblatt's on Sunset Boulevard.
There's some blue writing on there. You recognize that as well?
Yes, those are subtitles that I added.
That's a screenshot off of your interview, I think, with Neckbone, correct?
Yes.
Were you aware of a person by the name of Eric Zip Martin, also known as Equan Williams, maybe Eric Von Zip Martin? He went by a bunch of names.
Yes.
Who was he?
Zip has a long story. He's kind of a Harlem legend, a hustler from Harlem. He was a drug dealer, trafficker. He, I believe, also was trafficked in women. Was a pimp. He was an older generation, or kind of in between Puffy's generation and Puffy's father. Puffy's father was also involved in the street business there in New York and was murdered when Puffy was very young. And Zip Martin was kind of like he was a mentor to Puffy when it came to like the street life and wanting to kind of have that gangster persona. And supposedly he may have also been dating Puffy's mother at some point.
Was he the godfather to anybody associated with this particular case?
Yeah, he was supposedly godfather to Biggie's son, Chris, CJ.
And is that the son with Faith Evans?
Yes, I believe so, yes.
When Biggie died, was there a memorial that gave certain credit to Zip?
Yes, actually on his second album that came out a few weeks after he died, Life After Death, in the back there's a thank you, a list of all the people to thank, and in there's Uncle Zip, and then in parentheses it says the spiritual advisor.
You also, I'll put this in, 151, showing you as marked as State's Proposed Exhibit number 151. You recognize that?
Yes.
And who are those two individuals?
That is Sean Puffy Combs on the left and Zip Martin on the right, and this was supposedly at a New Year's Eve party in 94 or 95.
Move to admit 151.
Any objection?
Yeah, I make a question.
You may. Pursuant to the conversation at the bench, no objection, it'll be admitted. You may publish if you want, or whatever you want to do with it.
I think we got to do both. I'm not sure I did 152 yet. So 152. That's one of the shots that you had of Greenblatt's,
Yes.
and then 151. That's Mr. Martin.
Yes, on the right.
And who's the guy on the left?
The left is Sean Puffy Combs.
Now, Mr. Diaz testified about sort of the production of Death Row Chronicles. And initially, were you contacted by Cliff Mogg as well?
I reached out first to Las Vegas Homicide, and then Cliff Mogg reached out to me after that.
He had contact with you, and just so since this is one we put up in our opening, showing you State's Proposed Exhibit number 61, you recognize that guy?
That is it, Martin.
Move to admit 61.
No objection, Your Honor.
So submitted.
And do you essentially conduct an interview with Detective Bond?
Yes, he came out to Los Angeles and interviewed me in my home with his sergeant.
Was there a request for all of the underlying supporting raw data / footage associated with the two interviews you were involved in 2017?
For Death Row Chronicles?
Yes.
Yes. It wasn't so much a request, but I told him, I figured you could just subpoena the raw footage and get it. I didn't know yet that, there's laws and that it's kind of up to the entertainment companies if they want to turn over footage or not. They can't be compelled to. So that's what I thought would happen. I thought I'll let him know about this, and then it's his to do with what he wants.
Sometime after the indictment of this case, did you learn that we were unable to acquire the raw footage of that?
Yes, and I was even included on some of the email threads at my request because I was also reaching out to Paramount. Paramount Pictures attorney got involved. Paramount owns BET. And I think someone at E1 got involved, and they were initially saying no, and since I work in the business, I was trying to work it out with them, how they could get that footage over. And then ultimately, they did give permission for it to be shared.
Did you have footage, or I shouldn't say footage,
Right.
did you had your own raw data at that point that was also authorized to be disclosed?
I did.
Explain to us how the setup was.
Sure. So, my reason for being hired onto Death Row Chronicles was a technical consultant, but mainly it was tied to Keffe's interview. I helped Mario Diaz write the questions, and then on both days of the interviews, they had me in an office there at E1's studios, or their office building, down the hall from where the production studio was, where Keffe was being interviewed. And they gave me a headset so I could listen live to the interview as Mario was conducting it. And then I was texting follow-up questions to Mario while he was in the studio as things came up.
Were you recording your audio feed?
Yes, I took the headphones off and I made my own recording with my phone.
At some point, do you learn that the only thing we could acquire from E1 Entertainment was an actual transcript of the tapes themselves, but not the tapes?
Correct. Yes.
And then, did you provide us the audio that you had done during these two interviews?
Yes. Once you subpoenaed me, I sent over my audio.
And was there? Are you aware of either gaps in your audio or additional audio that wouldn't have been in the transcripts?
Yes, there's sections where I was rolling, and I'm sure they were rolling also, but they're only going to transcribe. The reason of making a transcript for a production is the pertinent parts of the interview that they're actually going to edit into the show. So it's so that when the producers go to figure out how they're going to edit the show together, they have a transcript and they can tell the editors use this segment here, use this segment here, use this part. There's a lot of chit-chat stuff that I had that they might have also had that was not transcribed because it was just chatter. It's never going to be used in the show. There are also some sections where I probably was rolling when they might have already cut. And lastly, there's a few moments where in the first interview, one of my audio recordings, the file was corrupted, so I lost about the last 4 minutes of it. And then during some of the interviews, I didn't always know when they would be done with a break, when they had come back and were already rolling again. So there's a few times when I missed maybe the first few minutes of a new segment.
We'll start with the transcripts. State's proposed exhibit number 113 and 114. First of all, you recognize the front page as being the original transcripts that were generated off the tapes.
Yes.
And then, did you become aware that we took your audio, transcribed the additional audio, and then anything that was not on your audio, we highlighted in yellow to
Yes.
identify you didn't have it, but it shows in the transcript?
Correct, yes.
And so these should be as complete a record as we have between your audio and those videotapes for the 2 interviews that occurred in July of 2017.
Yes, correct.
Judge, I move to admit both 113 and 114.
Any objection?
Your Honor, may we approach?
Yep. All right, pursuant to our discussion at the bench, the transcripts will be admitted over objection. And that will be as 114 and 15? 114 and 115?
113 and 114.
113 and 114. Thank you.
Mr. Dorsey, I want to give an example to the jury about what we're talking about
Sure.
Here. And let me put my glasses on. We are in 113. So if we go to 113, and we roll down to about page 28. Oop, there it is. It's page 28. Time cutoff is about 30 minutes and 16 seconds in. The yellow part is the part that's not on your audio tape. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that was transcribed from the original videos that we don't have.
Right.
And everything else that's unhighlighted, we should hear on the audio.
You should hear. Yes.
Okay. And that would be the same for both of these.
Yes.
In addition, I've had marked both the July 17th, 2017 as 121, and the July 18th of 2017 as 122. I'd offer those as well.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
So admitted.
And well, we got about 40 minutes, Judge, so I would start 121.
Okay.
It was when I first started. Compton was when I was I moved here when I was like 3, and it was literally white, all white. It was the first black family on the street.
Where'd you move from?
We moved from Watts.
Oh, right. But you still grew up in LA.
I don't think he's lying yet.
And how did it change during the 60s, 70s, and 80s?
In the 60s, it was mostly all white. But 69, 70, 71, they started moving out. And more black families was coming in.
And then when did it get dangerous? When did it start getting dangerous?
When did it start to get dangerous?
Yeah.
Oh, about about 72, 73.
What happened?
The gangs started coming in. Like, the first Crips were the Grandies and the Boot Hills right there, on Alondra right there, Grandy Crips.
So you were part of that history, the initial sort of, gang.
Yeah, I was there when the first, I was a kid when it first started.
That noise, and I'm
Yes.
stopping this at 1 minute and 45 seconds, it looks like.
Yes.
Was that your phone
That
making
is my
noise?
phone making that noise. Yes. And there's going to be a few times here where you're going to hear me loudly texting, and you're not going to be able to hear the audio very well because I was probably texting a message to Mario in that moment. So sometimes it cuts out in this first interview.
You know, maybe approach.
Okay.
day that Southside started. I happened to be at the school when it started. All my big homies, brothers, and they was there. I was shooting dice. My dad rolled by, and he seen me. He said, Papa, what the hell are you doing? I said, I'm shooting dice. He said, shooting dice? I'm like, yeah. I said, get your ass in this car. Come on with me. So I really got a whipping for trying to be a salsa. So I was about 9 years old when it first started.
That early?
Yeah.
How'd you work your way up?
How'd I work my way up?
Yeah.
Shit. I don't feel comfortable saying it.
No. You don't have to go into detail. You can just say, look.
You won't talk too much about his gang affiliation, what he did to get his way up.
Okay, so answer the question again.
Yeah, how'd you work your way up to that organization?
What, to be the boss?
Yeah.
Well, money, really. You know what I'm saying? Money gave me the power and stuff like that. The dope gang, really. Dope gang. The coach, one of the coaches at Compton College, I was 17 years old. Got to start with that.
So you were respecting.
Yeah.
Respected guys.
Yeah. Because when I was in high school, I was in this program called Upward Bound at UCLA.
Huh.
Called what?
Upward Bound program.
Shit, I was kind of a smart student and stuff like that. And on the weekend,
Like an advanced
I'd
program.
come home,
Yeah.
and all my homies, they was kind of rolling. You know what I'm saying? And I was up there eating them noodles and toodles, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of, I should have stayed there going to UCLA, but I stopped, got in the gang, started selling drugs.
Man. Could have gone to college, gotten to gangs instead.
Stop that for now. Yeah, so can we find out who Yeah. Well, just continue then. We can, yeah, can you keep an eye on that? I'm not paying attention yet. Oh, let's see. How'd you meet Shakur?
Oh,
We talked about it in my office.
I was like 9 years old, 10 years old, 10, playing park water football.
Huh. That's
And
interesting.
I was a running back on the team, and he was the center,
Huh.
like the ball. And his dad
What?
and his uncle was our coach. So after we were winning games, we would go over their houses, go swimming, have hot dogs, chips, and everything. And I was like the star running back, running out in all the touchdowns. Everything.
Yep.
Number 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Shakur was what?
Huh?
What was Shakur?
She was the center.
He was the center.
Yeah, hiked the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
What was your, were you guys tight? Or just knew each other sort of like, because you were in the...
Back then,
Yeah, back then.
the coaches was real strict. You know, they didn't care. You know, you bring your parents up there, kind of, you know, rough house them, they gonna whoop the parents' ass. You know, the coaches was real strict, so his daddy used to say I was doing a lot of exercises, running a lot of laps, push-ups, 6 inches, beat the stomachs and shit. We used to be mad at that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? The dad is punishing our ass. So, shit. At practice, I used to try to take it out on his motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? Hit his ass even harder, you know what I'm saying? He was a little younger than us, you know, maybe a year or two. But I used to punish his ass every chance I get because your daddy fucking over us. 6 inches, all that exercises, hard work and shit, bull rings. So really, Coach's son used to catch it back then. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He ended up going to
UNLV.
UNLV, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
We had lost contact back during that area when he went to UNLV. And then we lost contact.
You didn't continue playing?
Got in drug game. Yeah. My mom, they got sick when I was 15, 16 years old. She suffered with cancer. So I really lost my backbone. You know, when she lost, that really broke my heart.
Sorry.
When I really needed her. I really kind of needed my mom's back then. At that point in time in my life, she could push me to be a better person than I was. She school and stuff.
Your pops?
Well, yeah, he's a good man. Very good man.
So when did you get when did you connect with Shogun? Like Death Row days?
I can't tell you all this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's okay.
Because he's usually still in the street, homie.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So okay, so forget about that. Now, talk to me about Death Row. When he started Death Row, were you connected?
Yeah. I was rolling, yeah.
Business?
Yeah. I was big time, man. Real big time. I was bigger than him and Paul.
How was that like?
I've heard that before. At the beginning.
Oh, really?
Wait.
Yeah, because they're like, when they started hanging out with Puffy in like 93, 94, they're
Can't say
like,
what I want to say because my
you
wife.
go to a concert with him, would Puff pay for your room? Be like, I didn't even fucking pay for my room. We had more money than they did. They were just a little startup company, music label.
Right.
Like we were rolling. Like, what are you talking about? I don't need to pay my hotel room.
You know what I'm saying?
The other way around, if anything.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a life, man. You know, being the king like that, the boss, all different areas, you know, different states. It's home, man. I was having fun, man.
You seeing a lot of money come to your hands?
Yeah, really. Like 3-4 million every month. All
They made 3.
How did
That's
Suge
what he's saying.
earn his reputation as a tech guy? That's what everyone thinks about. When they think about Suge. You know him differently. You know him.
well, you guys think you're tough,
That's what I'm
guys.
saying. Who's the real Suge?
He went to college. He's just like the rappers. You know, they want to be gangsters, but they're not.
It's a great line.
You know what I'm saying? College guy, a rapper.
It's a great line.
They're not no gangsters. They rap about what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Talking
Real
about shit.
gangsters do. You know what I'm saying? That's just like Tupac, Biggie, you guys ain't no gangsters, you know. They just rap that. They don't represent that.
And Suge,
Suge had the industry scared. He didn't have the street scared. I knew him since he was a kid.
Great
You know what I'm
lines.
saying? I knew he wasn't like that. You guys thought he was like that. I never thought he was.
Suge had the industry scared. He never had the street
He's a
scared.
college kid.
Yeah.
That's a great line.
A college kid, you know a gangster.
but then he's associated with Bloods.
You ready to get $1 million to be associated with blood? Come on, man. You wasn't in the streets, dude. Knock it off.
Yeah. I want to get the real story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What this is what this film is about.
Just like the guy knocked him out at the barbershop, the barber. Come on, man. Yeah. I've been that. Yeah. Since we played football together. You find out a person's heart, especially in a football game. Football, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So tell me more about him. Do you think he was just a little home sugar bear? Was he really softy at heart?
No, his dad's name is Suge. And he just took on his dad's name. So he just called him Big Suge when we was playing football.
Oh, that's That was his dad's name.
His name's
Yeah, his
Mary.
dad's name is shit.
But I mean, but what was his personality? Was he?
His name was
like,
Sugar Bear.
You
That's
say
what his
he was
mom
a
called
gangster,
him.
but was he like
And then it got shortened to Suge.
a softy at heart? Like, was he like a soft guy?
Oh, he's a good kid. Went to college. That's what good kids do. Go to college. Yeah.
Did he have business smarts?
Evidently he did. You know, he took you know, a record company from the ground up and made it $100 million. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been trying to be no gangster, because you're not no gangster. He should have just stuck with the business. You know what I'm saying? Like Puff did. Stuck with the business, you know? Yeah, the business side. Jay-Z stuck with the business. But you want to run around here hitting on people, you know what I'm saying? Think you a gangster. Then you got some crooked cops running around with you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So that was his problem. He was trying to be a gangster when he wasn't.
Yeah.
That got him into trouble.
Really, you can't be out there faking. You know what I'm saying? You really can't be out there faking at all. You know, because you will get exposed. You know, streets will eat you up. Yeah, especially if you're weak.
I got you. So, real quick, just to talk about Death Row again. So, when did you first hear about Death Row? Like when they were doing really well? Were you excited? Were you around that whole scene? You know, Dre and Snoop, all that stuff? Or were you not so close to that?
I was handling my business, man. I wasn't worried about no, you know what I'm saying? Them dudes rapping about
Can that
what
dude
I
out
do.
there give me a Coke?
You know what I'm
That
saying?
dude that's getting our lunch
They not
orders,
really
is there a way to
like that.
page
They
that
rap
guy?
about
Or...
what gangsters do.
I have no idea. Like,
I'm not no
that dude's
gang
name?
member.
You don't know who that
I'm
guy
not
is?
no gang member.
it's like a PA.
I'm a
Like,
gangster.
Okay. If I see him walk by,
It's a difference.
You, when we were talking to my office, you told me that you delivered the money for the, for the startup money for sure.
That's that can get me hurt on y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Did you listen to their music?
Yeah, it was cool. I liked it. All Eyes on Me, The Chronic, Dr. Dre. Them is from my side of town. Him and Easy and Ren, they from my side of town.
Did you, you're a fan of Tupac?
NWA ran pretty well from
Yeah, that was cool.
NWA.
I liked it.
There's stories that your brother Kevin was typing easy.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
They was two youngsters trying to make it in the street, doing their thing, making money and stuff. Yeah. And I went to the pen. I went to the pen in 1985. And cause I used to be in his house, he used to be making all that racket. I'm like, man, that sound like some fucking bullshit. Turn that shit off. You know what I'm saying? Shit, but he stuck with it. And I was walking around the track in Tracy all the time. I'm listening to the cruising down the street in my 6'4". It was him. I didn't even know. One of my partners came up and was like, I'm like, man, what the dude, Eric Wright doing? He like, man, you ain't heard that record? Easy, that's Eric. I'm like, man, you bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? Because they only had 2 TV stations back then in the prison yard. So, you know, but we was listening to the shit on the radio the whole time, and I didn't know that was easy. I was like, damn, that. When I got out, he blew up like a motherfucker. Yeah.
And Kevin wasn't into music?
Huh?
Kevin wasn't into music?
Kevin went to prison.
Yeah. Oh, he was there with you?
No, he went to prison after me. He went to prison when he blew up kind of, and this shit that came off. Yeah.
How many times did you go in?
How many times I went in?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I did a shooting, had a drug case. I went to Tracy Corcoran, and then I went to the feds. I went about 4 times. I just been about 4 times. This last little bit, they raided my house, came in. Said, the guy didn't know who the fuck I was at first. He like, raided my house looking for my daughter's boyfriend. So I'm like, damn, he like, what you got in here? So I got a pistol and some money. Like, okay, don't worry, I'm glad you declared it. So the motherfucker got I had on my drawers, my slingshot t-shirt, while he had me in handcuffs. So he went in the room and got my pants, and he found out who the fuck I was. Called me back in there, he like, man, I know who you are. I'm like, he said, man, you KVD. You the leader of this gang. I'm like, man, I ain't been out there in about 5 years. He like, oh, fuck that, I'm taking you to jail. I said, man, you ain't a man of your word, dude. You said you're gonna, declare my shit. No. I had to take you in, so I just did a little bit in Wasco for that, for a little gun case. Yeah.
How long ago was that?
That was in 2015.
Okay. The stuff with pool and the whole offer deal that happened before.
Is that it?
All right, let's just move on. Yeah, let's switch it. So this is one of those times where he has to stop and change a color. You good? You need water?
I'm good. Yeah.
More mint?
Anyways,
Feel all right? Like, yeah. You shouldn't.
I can't tell if they're just bullshitting right now or if they're filming.
Yeah.
They didn't give you a philosophy
No, he taught it. He showed it right back together.
Yeah.
He told me before I went to the surgery that I was going to have a philosophy bag.
Yeah, so it's the location. If it's near the rectum, you get it.
Yeah.
If it's above, you're good.
Yeah.
But it's pain in the ass.
Yes, it is.
I told you, I've got 2 people close to me who dealt with that.
I'm a house pass for now.
Your mom?
That's what scared the shit out of me.
Oh, so you have a hereditary thing.
Man.
Right. Well, I mean, I got mine checked. It's supposed to be at 50. I got mine checked at 40.
Yeah. I've been going every year now.
You do it every year?
Yeah,
I do it every 5.
Yeah.
Alright, let's continue. You guys go? Hey, so, there's a bunch of Southsiders in 90s music videos. You guys are a bunch of music videos.
Great.
Do you remember which ones you were in? Like,
was that Mellow?
Yeah, that's
All the Easy. One of my brothers is a famous actor in every Easy video. He come get it every time Easy used to get a video. Pick up my older brother every time. Every single time in every single Easy video.
so was that fun? Was that something you guys did all the time?
Keep Easy. I didn't want to get exposed like that because of the type of business I was in.
Like your nephews and...
I was in one the Mellow video, just that Mellow. That's the only one I ever got in. But other than that, I didn't want to be exposed like that. Try to stay undercover under the thing.
Is it true that you guys provided lowriders from some of the video directors?
Yeah.
How's that work?
We had only the hydraulic place in Compton called Compton Hydraulics. So people used to call up there and ask go out the cars. Like, what's the dude named Batman? Little dude, Big Snow's boy, what's his name? Batman? Batman.
Batman.
The little dude, what's his name? Marcus Houston. he used my car before. He was in a little group. What was that little group called? Well, there was 3 little boys in before B2K. Marcus Houston was in. Yeah, they had a little group. They used my cars. But they used to call up to the shop, different actors and different people used to call up to the shop, get our low riders.
And then there's that famous, like, Usher.
Yeah, that's my 64, yeah. He was a little kid, about 14 years old. Usher. Usher was a little kid, about 14 years old, and they needed to use him and Puff needed to use my car, let him use it and shit. And he was dancing all on the hood and shit. Like, damn, I can't believe when I see the video what the fuck you was doing. You don't do lowriders like that. I guess the East Coast don't know. They don't know about that type of shit. Yeah.
That sounds like footage of
So
you
that
on
was my
Usher
baby,
somewhere.
like my wife, motherfucker.
Okay, doing that video?
I think it
You know
sounds
what I'm
like
saying?
it,
Yeah, my lowrider,
Just look it up.
yeah.
So they fucked it up and what happened?
I had to go get the whole car repainted. The candy paint, candy brown, so they had to go down all the paint job. They had to paint the whole car because it came mix and match to the spots and stuff.
So he paid for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They gave you-
And little Usher was telling his mom, "Mom, you can buy this car." Can't buy my girl, you know what I'm saying? Not today. Boy. Yeah.
So what happened? How did you, how did we get to this point? Like, what? You opened up to the police about what happened today. So it's like, I want you to be comfortable talking about it. Like, at some point they cut off the. Why did you tell them what happened?
I was up against it. Definitely.
Are you comfortable talking about what they had on you?
Is that?
Are you comfortable talking about what they had on you?
As far as the drugs?
Yeah. As far as, like, proof.
They was, the FBI don't come with us, they have you. They don't come with us, they have you. They sent a guy from D.C. to get me. Form a task force. But I figured I was targeted behind all shit friends, they polices and shit. So they was like kind of, we was fighting on real war. You know what I'm saying? The mayor, he was even with we was sitting at a restaurant, sitting at IHOP, Tampa Boulevard, and Alameda here. This motherfucker come in here, acting like a yard, like he a street motherfucker. Tripping mayor, you better do your mayor, you know what I'm saying? Coming in here mad though, he knew who the fuck we were, you know what I'm saying? He just want to show his boys, Out of the Compton police is to show his boys. The Wrights, Reggie, Junior and Senior. Yeah.
So, before that happened, before any of that happened, the Tupac murder was in '96. Did you ever feel like it was going to catch up with you?
What's that?
Did you ever feel like it was going to catch up with you? That people would come and talk to you about it?
Man, they had this, the FBI was on it from day one. It was on it from day one.
Tell me about the first time they talked to you about it. Was it '97?
What's that?
Tell me about the first time they talked to you about it.
Shit. They didn't talk to me till I went to the feds. 98. They never can catch up, caught up with me. Every time they raided my houses, I would never.
And at that time, you didn't tell them anything. You just told them.
Barking up the wrong tree. That's what I told them. I was just, you know. But they got all the bottom feeders. You know how they do. They get all the bottom feeders. And all of them motherfuckers just sold me out. Really kind of hurted me, So all I did was help them dudes out. Had they back, no matter what. Make sure the money, the pockets were right. Families were right. They sold me out. You know how the fields do. Get all the bottom feeders. Lead them up to the big men. Like you roll down a snowball down the hill. Everything you caught on, Shit.
Just said Mario.
Yeah, they're a motherfucker.
Just said Mario, the first note.
You talked to the cops in 98. You said they're barking up the wrong tree. You thought you were done.
No. When I was in the feds, they came up there every month, making my life miserable as hell.
And then, but at least you got, 12 years until they caught up with you, 2010 or whatever?
I was a little smart, I guess. But the dude said he was going to give me promises. That motherfucker was so cold, his eyes was piercing. This fair dude named Holiday, that dude made my life a miserable living hell on. Ever since that night, it seemed like dude stuck his head up my ass on me. You know what I'm saying? He's a special agent in charge of the major crime unit. Ever since that night, that dude been making my life miserable. I did 5.5. Motherfucker came up there at least 10 times. Told the warden, who you got up here? He's a serial killer. Like, oh, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Killing rappers.
What was your relationship with Puffy? Like, how did it, evolve? Like, you guys were cool, and then you hung out a lot together?
When he used to come to California, we used to meet up and have fun. I was a baller, I was in fact, I was doing better than him back then. Shit. Fun, man.
Did he ever talk about Shook? Did he ever talk about getting scared?
You fucked up. What's that?
I said, did he ever talk about Shook? Did he ever talk about being scared and all the bullshit, go back and forth, the East Coast, West Coast shit?
You talked about that later on in our relationship.
That's right.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, when did we get to that spot, that place, where you guys were talking about that?
I remember my boy Zip was rolling up, he was going to the club one night, rolling up Greenleaf in the neighborhood. His phone rang. He was like, I guess they must have fucking played it. Something, I don't know. He's like, man, let me speak to Keffe. Got on the phone. What's up, dog? Like, man, I'm giving a concert out there. We're going on a tour on the West Coast. So we was, think it's cool to come out there. I said, why it wouldn't be cool? He's like, the big CEO guy. CEO guy? You're like, yeah, the big guy. I knew what he was talking about. It was like cold and shit. So I guess he was kind of scared of the guy. So we went to the Irvine Meadows. It was something.
Oh, it was the Irvine
He had the hottest song out in the world. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that song was One More Chance. Pulled in on the stage. Suge was right there. So I came off the stage, he asked me, man, how you know that? Same way I know you. I took off of that. So then, after that, we went to the San Diego concert. Matter of fact, the Dallas Cowboys stayed in the same hotel we stayed in.
It's good, he's telling all the same details. You just did 10 years ago.
Aikman and all the Boston were all around that motherfucker for the Dallas Cowboys.
Football team,
Ready for Troy Aikman. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we'll get you in trouble or not, boy. The Ronald all around the yeah. Then we went to the Anaheim. That was on the Halloween night.
Perfect. Halloween.
Halloween night was cool there too.
And he just give you passes for everyone, like everyone would go concerts.
I just go get the tickets to the little homies. I was riding in the van. I was on the stage with him every time.
You get to hang out with Biggie, obviously, right?
Yeah, Biggie was cool. Cool dude and everything like that.
So when did Puffy start talking about, Suge on a real serious level?
He was back there. Oh, we already established that.
Yeah.
Now, what'd you say?
I said, when did he start talking about Suge, like on a real serious level? Puffy.
Oh, being scared of Suge?
Well, or doing something more than that.
I ain't really comfortable talking about that right now. When you see me in that suit, you got me, all right?
Okay.
I'll be able to talk that out.
Okay. So let's take a break. You can go smoke. Can you be back here in 10 minutes? I want to get more before the 2 o'clock.
Deadline.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to give me to my wife. She did take me back. I couldn't. I might have not been here.
What do you mean? You want me to?
I said I might have not been here.
Oh, of course, yeah. But she's
Well,
not down.
she's
She's not down there with you, right? She's in the hotel.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like.
Well, I got to take care of her.
Yeah, of course.
After
After lunch, we'll do a little more, and then you're done. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go smoke.
Is that cool?
That's probably a really good breaking point.
Where are we at time-wise, just so we can put that on record?
35 minutes, 17.7 seconds.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we're going to recess for the day. We're going to have you guys back at 9:30 a.m. on Monday. During this recess, you are admonished not to talk or converse amongst yourselves or with anyone else on any subject connected to the trial, or read, watch, or listen to any report or commentary on the trial of any person connected with this case by any medium of information, including without limitation, newspaper, television, the internet, and radio, or form or express any opinion on any subject connected with the trial until the case is submitted to you. Please rise for the jury, everyone. For the record, the jury has exited. Mr. Dorsey, you're coming back at 9:30 on Monday. Over the weekend, do not talk to anybody about the case. Do not discuss your testimony
He's
with
still
anyone.
on direct, so myself and Mr. Paul should be allowed to talk. I mean, he's free to talk to Mr. Stamp as well, but he's not on cross. So I think it's appropriate that we still talk to him.
What's the standard definition?
Well, I get that that's the standard, but it's usually between direct and cross, that the witness is not allowed to be, or after the cross has started.
I disagree. You can talk to him about scheduling.
Okay.
All right.
I'll just recall.
Perfect. Which one? Were 149 and 152 admitted?
149, 15? Or both? The 149 is not in.
149 was not in. 152 is?
What is 152?
I don't think 152 is either.
Okay.
Sorry, I just don't know.
Mr. Dorsey, excuse.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, sir.